My name is Kat, and I'm the Children's Librarian at the Tewksbury Public Library in Tewksbury, Massachusetts. Welcome to Summer Science. Today we're going to learn about crystals. So first off, what is a crystal? Well, when something turns from a liquid into a solid, like when water turns into ice, all the little bits that make up the substance will start to organize themselves into a pattern. What the pattern looks like depends on what the substance is made of. For example, salt crystals always form into little cube shapes like dice, and sugar crystals look like longer rectangles with lots of faces. This picture was taken by a really powerful microscope called an electron microscope. This is quartz, which you can find a lot of in New England. It can grow in the cracks between other rocks, so you can't see the whole structure here. But if it was growing without anything in the way, it would have big six-sided crystals. You can kind of see the growth pattern. It's growing up this way. Quartz is around so much that actually if you see a drawing of a crystal like this, that's quartz. You can also find crystals where something has been dissolved in water and the particles start to stick together, and that's what we're going to make today. To make your own crystals, you need a glass cup or jar. I'm going to do two different ones here. You need some pipe cleaners. You can use any colors you like. I'm going to use white in this case because we are also going to use some food coloring. I have some teal and some orange. You need some thread. This is just white embroidery floss. Anything will do. You will need a few craft sticks that do not fall into your cups when you put them on top. You need some boiling water. This is an electric tea kettle that boils the water for you. Borax is a laundry detergent you can get at any grocery store. I have a spoon to go into that. The first thing you want to do is take your pipe cleaner and bend it into any shape you like. The crystals are going to grow right along the fuzz here, so anything you make will look super extra decorative. You can do a fancy shape. You can do kind of a bird's nest and it'll make one big crystal. I have one that's kind of a bird nest and the other one is a little star. And I went ahead and tied some string on the end of this. And I'm going to wrap it around my popsicle stick here. So when it is in the glass, we want it to not touch the bottom and not touch the sides. Now make sure your water is really, really hot. I boiled mine in my tea kettle. You want it to be extremely hot because things dissolve easier in hot water. So we're going to pour in a little more than halfway up. And then we're going to stir in as much borax as we'll stir in. So this will dissolve. We're going to stir it up. And we want to stir in as much as we can until it can't hold anymore. And you'll know that you've reached that point when you start to see some at the bottom that just won't mix in. Be really careful because this is, like we said, very, very hot. All right, so see how this is all stirred in, but there's still a little bit of cloudiness at the bottom there. So we have stirred in as much as we can, and that is now called a concentrated solution because it has as much in there as you can get in there. Now you're going to take one of your pipe cleaners and just put that right in there. Make sure that it's underwater. It is. And I'm going to put in a few drops of food coloring here. I should have done that before I put that in. This is food coloring gel. And make that nice and bright orange. We'll do the same for the other one. It took me about 3 scoops. We'll put in the food coloring. Oops. Stir that up. see that a lot of it has dissolved, but there's still a little bit settling at the bottom, so we know that this solution is holding as much as it can. We'll put in our other shape. Okay, it's fully underwater. And now the hard part, we have to sit and wait overnight. Our crystals have been growing overnight. Let's see how they're doing. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, look at that. Look at all of the beautiful crystal chunks that are growing on there. I'm going to put this back in and leave it for a couple more hours, and we'll see how big the crystals get. We've taken our crystals out of the borax solution. This is 2 days later. The crystals on our blue star are very small and square, and the crystals on our orange bird nest are very large. We would love to see what you come up with. If you'd like to share a photo with us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Tewksbury Library. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you had fun, and we'd love to see what you made. If you want to send us a photo on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Tewksbury Library. You can also subscribe to us here on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and also on Twitter. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you next week.